Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Greetings, 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 greetings. Peace, love, harmony, and light. What the deal is, man, this is Chief Kalinago with a video. We're going to get into a little something here real quick. And I'm going to keep it 100, man, like I always do. I'm only doing this video because a lot of people are inboxing me, asking me about these questions because there are a lot of people doing videos and posts about this foolishness. So you know me, I'm going to put all this in perspective because, like I said, sometimes, as you could see, right, I tell people, so, common sense ain't that common these days. All right. But if you want to buy some common sense, I'll probably sell you some. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to sell you anything. I'll give you some common sense. So with that being said, acknowledgement of the great spirit, universal intelligence. Want to give thanks to my ancestors. And let's get into this. I mean, I really told myself, hey, you know what? This kind of videos I'm really not going to get into. But like I said, to ease the mind of or the curious questions that some people have been inboxing me with, I feel I owe it to the people to at least give my opinion on that, because honestly a lot of stuff is speculation. All right, sometimes I think that no one really knows, but let's get into some basic based on what we see in nature and what we see with our existence. Let's talk about this real quick. All right, so what I've been seeing lately, or is just people doing videos with the debate about the significance or the role of men and women, and who is more important and who's less significant, and who's more powerful, who's less powerful, which one is the God and which one isn't the God. Let's put an end to all the foolishness, because for some reason you growing people, okay, and you know yourselves, if the cap fit, I want you to wear it. Because you see, a lot of you growing people, is either you're looking for attention, okay, you're trying to sound like you know what you're talking about, or you want people to think you know things. But I'm here to tell you, you don't know anything. Okay? What you think you know, you don't know. So stop with the foolishness. And all these agendas y'all are pushing is agendas of people who are here to create separation and division. It's bad enough. There's enough of that. So I'm saying to stop the foolishness. That's why I keep telling people, I keep my circle real small. You know what I mean? Because I cannot entertain the foolishness. When you look at these people, you'll see exactly, look at their lives, and you'll see exactly why they take the stance that they take. You feel me? But let us get into this, right? Like I said, videos about the woman is this and the man is that. Okay? Which one is more important? Which one was here first? Let's put some things in perspective. Okay? I'm going to ask some basic questions, because you see, sometimes when you use wisdom, you get to the bottom of all the foolishness. Okay? Let me just give my stance on that first. Again, this is my opinion. My opinion. So nobody could fault me or be mad at me for giving my opinion, because we all have ours, right? There is no man or woman that's more significant than the next. I'm going to repeat myself. There is no man or woman that is more significant than the next. There's no such thing as the woman is God and the man isn't, or the man is God and the woman isn't. That's a bunch of, again, pseudo talk, number one. All right. And that is cultish, in my opinion, cultish arguments. For those of you who have missed the memo, men and women were manifested here to complement each other. Okay? That is, man and woman is the totality of what we call the creator manifested in the flesh, the balance, the yin and the yang. Okay? The male man and the female man. Okay? It has always been that way. Okay? And there has never been a time where they didn't depend on each other. So all this foolish talk, you people keep listening to these people, and because they sound good, y'all think they're speaking the truth. Stop listening to these people with these agendas that they are pushing. It's an agenda. Also, it could be a mental disease. Okay? Now, you have people talking about when all babies are born female. That's a bunch of cockamamia talk. That's not a fact. That's not true. You see, once a seed is planted, well, Chief, how do you say these things that you are saying? Well, let us look at nature here for a second. Do me a favor. Go plant a mango seed and expect grapes. Go plant apple seeds and expect pineapples. Once the seed is planted, it is what it is. You see, all there is life and what to come in life. So all that talk about every child is born female, that's foolishness. That is not true. It is not true. Oh, well, the woman determines the sex of the child. Oh, the man determines the sex of the child. No, that's not true. You want to know who determined the sex of the child? The child. Because the child already existed in a different realm. And all the body is a host. So for all you fools, and you know yourselves. So for all you fools going around with doing all these videos and all these posts because you want people to think you know something, we are nothing but pawns. We are nothing but tools. Okay? We are nothing, the flesh is nothing but an avatar. So the woman doesn't determine the sex of the child. The man doesn't determine the sex of the child. That young, whether it's a young spirit or an old soul, they already determine what type of avatar they are coming into. Just like a car. The car doesn't determine what kind of car it's going to be. No. Or what car you're going to buy. No, you go to the car lot and you make a choice. Whether you want that type of car, that type of car, that type of car. Because obviously the body of the car is not you. You are the driver in the car. So it's the same thing with the human flesh, the human body. There is a driver within us, okay? Which is the essence of what came from universal source. And that's what determines the sex of the child. That child, you didn't choose your children. They chose us. Every child, every young soul knew their parents before their parents met in the flesh. It was already decided. You know what? In 2001, my parents are going to go to the club, or they're going to walk into a bar, or they're going to meet at the pool. And then they, trust me, man, it's the young spirits, the young souls already set up the entire scenario. All we are just facilitators of bringing life into this realm. That's all we are. So we are nothing but portals. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. But for some reason, people want to make themselves always feel more important than the next. Why is that? When the truth of the matter is, it was designed for us to work together, build together, depend on each other. Okay? Man and woman, again, is the totality, all right, of the essence of what the Great Spirit is in the flesh. People keep thinking intelligence is female or male. It's neither or. It's a whole lot more than that. However, within intelligence, there is male and female, meaning that the feminine and masculine, and that's what it takes to create anything. Look at a screw and a screwdriver, male and female. Don't matter what it is, it's always male and female. But for some reason, it's like, and I'm gonna go a little deeper than that because I'm just asking basic questions, basic, simple questions. So once again, the man doesn't determine the child, or the woman doesn't determine the child, the sex of the child. That spirit or that soul came here and decided what or who it wanted to be. As a matter of fact, there are souls, or what we call spirit, who actually, maybe in this reincarnation, they came as a man. But guess what? In another reincarnation, they were probably a woman. They probably had a woman body. Vice versa. There are people right now in this male, in this female avatar. In other reincarnations, they had a male avatar. For all you people who think you know it all. But to me, the basic question is, what is all this doing to improve your life? How is you wanting to put another sex down because you think you're more superior? How is that improving your life? How does that make you better spiritually? How does that make you better mentally? How does that make you better emotionally? How does that make you better physically? How does that make you better financially? All that stuff is a distraction. And for all you men who are pushing that you are more superior than women because you are the God and she's not, guess what, man? You are suffering from mental disease. You have an imbalance in you. And whatever that's deep within your subconscious that got you feeling that way towards women, you need some healing, man. Same thing for y'all women who going around thinking you're more significant than the man, or you're a god and the man is a demigod. You have some mental issues. Okay? You got some mental issues. Have you had great relationships with men? Do you have any children? Are you mad that you had children? You see, those are psychological issues. And a lot of people that are pushing that, they have those issues. They probably don't have any children. They probably never even had a great relationship with a man. They're probably pushing lesbian agendas. With a man as well, hating on women, putting women down. Y'all got issues, man. Like I tell people, I'm always going to speak facts. I'm not here to tell you things you want to hear. Stop with the distraction. It's all distractions. It is. And I don't care what nobody tells me. I can't tell nobody what to do. But I'm going to tell people, no, I'm not going to put nobody above me. Okay? Nobody is my God. I am my own God, damn it. Because everybody keeps thinking they are the flesh. That's the problem. Everybody keep looking at themselves as the flesh. You are not the flesh, family. And there couldn't be life on this planet without the man or without the woman. And I'm talking about physical life. It takes both. It takes both. And all this foolish talk, oh, women used to have babies without men. Prove it to me. You see, y'all only want to believe things that make you look like you're intelligent. The same way when people tell you Jesus is real, you tell them, nah, Jesus was fake. You ask them to prove it. And all they have is the Bible. And they stand on that. You see, that's their faith. Don't get me wrong. I've done it myself. So I'm not exempt from talking that way. But the point I'm making is prove to them that Jesus wasn't real. A lot of us say, hey, you know what? We didn't come here on slave ships. Again, that's our belief. I stand on that too. That my ancestors didn't come here on slave ships. The point I'm making is this, right? when you start talking about those things that you don't have proof or have seen yourself. I have never seen a woman have a baby by herself. So to me, that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So all the foolish talk, I'm asking you again, how is that improving your life in today's day and age? How is that making you better? Are you looking for to be on some type of pedestal? Are you looking for some type of special crown? What are you looking for? What is your agenda? Because I'm not going to call anybody my God. Because we are all gods. And no one is less significant than the next. It's like you saying, you know what? I got 5 fingers and this one is more important than the next. I got 2 arms, but this one is more important than the next. I got 2 legs, but you know what? You know what? Right leg, man, you're less than the left leg. That is foolish talk. They all have their role to play. Just like in any relationship in a household, all right? Somebody may have some responsibility that may be a little more tasking than the next, or it may be a little more demanding than the next. It doesn't mean that the husband or the wife is less significant than the other. It's just that everybody was assigned a different role. So in that case, the woman was designed, okay, to bring life through her portal, but it has to be done with the sperm of the man. So with your is it ignorance or stupidity? I don't know what it is. But go ahead and prove me wrong. For all you women who keep thinking you could have babies without men, go ahead. Get an island by yourself and let 100 of y'all stay on that island for 200-300 years. And go ahead and tell me now you don't need a man. And let's see what happens. Vice versa. For all you men who think you don't need women, okay? Get an island for 300 years. And y'all just stay on the island by yourselves and let me see how life is going to continue. You see, it's just basic scenarios I'm going to present and debunk and shut down all this foolishness. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's a very simple exercise. For 350, let's say 500 years, take a bunch of women who believe in this theory that they don't need a man to make a baby. Put them on an island by themselves for 500 years. And I don't care how much y'all have this talk, well, if you eat certain foods or you could trigger. Nah, I don't care what you eat. You could eat mangoes all day. You could eat pineapples all day. I don't care what the hell you eat. In 500 years, y'all will be dead. No life will be on that island. Vice versa with men. So once again, it shows you what's the natural order. It's always a man and a woman. Everything else is an illusion. Everything else is, what would I say? It is habits that were acquired or learned. It was learned behavior. The very covenant between the universal source, the great spirit, and us is to what? Be fruitful and multiply. It's that simple. It's right there. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish. You cannot replenish by your damn self. And you cannot be fruitful by your damn self. You people are fools. And that's why I stay away from y'all people, man, because y'all are very dangerous. Dangerous. Because the agenda y'all pushing on our people has to stop. And people are sitting there listening to that foolishness and absorbing that foolishness and supporting that foolishness. Do some psychological research and investigation on the people who are telling you these things. I guarantee you, they've had father issues. They have had men issues. And I'm talking about in the case of a woman. They don't have any children. They don't like children. You feel me? Those are the type of women talking that type of stuff. When it comes to the men, it's the same thing. Didn't have a great relationship with their moms. They have had bad relationships with women. So it's deep within their psychosis, within their subconscious mind, something that they haven't addressed within. So now it's showing on their face. It's showing in their conversation. It's showing in the videos that they do. It's showing in the posts that they do because they haven't dealt with their inner demons. And you have people supporting this type of foolishness. So once again, the Great Spirit is not a physical being. Okay, within the Great Spirit, man and woman is manifested. And within the Great Spirit, meaning that within the all, there is more than the masculine and the feminine energy. Everything exists within the all. However, to create, it takes the masculine and the feminine energy to create. Whether they are creating man and woman, whether they are creating trees, whether they are creating animals, it doesn't matter what they are creating. Anything with life, even things without life, is male and female, like I said. A screw and a screwdriver, boom, male and female. I guarantee you, you cannot take two screwdrivers and do anything with it. And you cannot take two screws. You cannot take a screw and screw it and then with another screw and screw it in the wall. You can't do that. However, you could take a female screw and a male screwdriver and you could screw it in a wall. Even with things without life, you could see it takes a male and a female. And it's sad in 2020, I have to be doing this kind of videos when we should be really focused on how we should come together and not create separation. It's sad. And I always want to talk, oh, well, I know y'all not going to like this, but I'm going to keep it real. No, you're not keeping it real. And you're damn right, I don't like it because it's not true. It's not true. God is not a woman and God is not a man. They both gods. And there's no one that's less significant or more important than the next. The universal source, the Great Spirit, is not God. Gods were created. Every God has a mother and a father. But guess what? Universal intelligence doesn't have a creator because it has always been there. Even in our indigenous American Indian culture, when religion was forced on us, our ancestors didn't even want to use the word God to reference the universal source. So the closest thing they came to was the Great Spirit because they knew different. They knew that the Great Spirit wasn't God's. They knew that gods came from the Great Spirit. But the Great Spirit is not God. We are gods, but we are not the Great Spirit. We came from the Great Spirit. Everything came from the Great Spirit. What is the Great Spirit? The Great Spirit is the universal all. Everything came from the all. There is nothing outside of the all. And the all is not male or female. Male and female exist in the all. Idiots. What's wrong with y'all people, man? What type of badges are you looking for? Huh? What type of badges are you looking for? What type of praise are you looking for? Okay? Even in the Bible, most of us think, well, I know personally, did not come from a sky daddy. It says what? Thou shalt not have no other God but me. Meaning that you should have no other God but yourself. Who is me? I. It's right there plain in black and white. And I tell people, whether you believe the Bible came from a sky daddy or a sky mammy, that's irrelevant. The question is, did you get the message? Because there is a message in there. Thou shalt not have no other God but me. Who is me? You, I, the I am. That's your God. That's what determined whether you was gonna come in a male avatar or a female avatar. It's not the man or the woman. No. That's a bunch of foolish talk. And there has never been a time period in manifestation when a woman was able to make a child by herself. Then you have this foolish talk. Oh, well, you know, the sperm was already in her. Well, where did the sperm come from? The sperm came from the man, or from the masculine attribute, or from the masculine characteristic. So how are you going to explain that? Stop the foolishness, man. And everybody keep taking this matriarchal society out of context. Okay? Taking it out of context. Matriarchy is another age, just like patriarchy is just another age. Okay? It's just another age and cycles of certain energies, okay, ruling. That's all it is. But what we have come to find out is when the feminine energy is ruling, okay, there seems to be a little more balance because the masculine energy is a little more carefree, so to speak. So he needs that feminine energy to keep that balance. But there has never been a time where the man was less significant. No. We had a matriarchal society because of the respect and honor we have for our women. Okay, the fact that we as gods, all right, came together and the feminine energy, all right, it's a contract. Said, okay, you know what, man? I will go through the 9 months of pain to bring these beautiful babies into this world. But I can't do it alone. Masculine energy, guess what? I need your sperm. I need your emotional support. Why do you think women get mad and emotional that when the man is not around? Why do you think they get mad? Because it was meant to work synergy. Even if we are not the ones carrying the baby, there has always been some type of masculine support. So people got to stop with the foolishness, man. And that's why I say those are dangerous people. And I stay away from them because they're very dangerous. The agenda that they're pushing is very dangerous. And like I told y'all before, I only want to do one simple experiment. I cannot tell people what to think, how to think, or what to be or what not to be. And whatever stance that you are taking, I'm going to ask you one, in fact, two scenarios, please. That's all. Two basic exercises. Take 100 women, put them on an island for 500 years by themselves, and take 100 men and put them on an island by themselves, and let's see what's going to happen in 500 years. Now come back and tell me the story about which one is God. Because y'all will be a bunch of dead gods. No pun intended. Okay? No pun intended. And it seems like we are supposed to be evolving, evolution. And within evolution, we are stepping closer to what the concept of what the Great Spirit is. And within the Great Spirit, again, it's the all. So everything within the all is significant. And the concept of the Great Spirit cannot be whole until everybody come back as one. So why are we pushing the agenda of separation? Because once again, you see, people don't have a true understanding of the ages. In the age of Capricorn, which is coming up within a few thousand years, guess what? It's going to be the heaven on earth. And you're going to see people of all different colors, shapes, and sizes. It's all about the all. Being in sync, having synergy with each other. That's the age that we are stepping in. And anybody who teaches you otherwise, they're holding you back. They don't want you to ascend in your thinking. They don't want you to ascend with your growth. They don't want you to do that. They want you stuck in those old paradigms. That's what they're doing. We have to complement each other. We have to build each other. One cannot do without the next, or else the yin and the yang wouldn't have existed. Or else there wouldn't be a left hand and a right hand. There wouldn't be a left nostril and a right nostril. There wouldn't be a left eye or a right eye. And the left eye and the right eye, once you have ascended, okay, then you will get the vision, and then you'll be able to see with the one eye, which is what? Your third eye, your pineal gland. The whole point is to activate the one. But in order to activate the one, the left and the right, they have to stop seeing the illusions. And that's why, again, let's go back to the word. I don't care where it came from. I don't care if it was created by man or the devil. The point I'm making is, did you get the message? That's why it said that those who have eyes, let them see, and ears, let them hear. What does that mean? Some people may say, well, Chief, that's a little bit contradicting. Yes, on the surface, for the layman, it might be contradicting. But esoterically, it's not. Because all it's implying or insinuating is that people have physical eyes and they can't see because they are only seeing it in the flesh. And the flesh always have blurred visions. The flesh will always have challenges. Okay? The flesh will always have flaws. That's why people have physical eyes and they can't see. But when your pineal gland is activated, that's when you start seeing. And then you see no color, you see no gender, you see no race, you just see all. You experience what the Great Spirit is all about. And that's why I always tell myself, I've always been ahead of my time. And that's why I had to kind of slow down, all right? And kind of keep to myself. You feel me? Because if you allow these people, it is their suggestions. If you allow their suggestions to shape who you are, then you're going to become who they want you to be. Less than who you are. That's why they always want you to be less. Bless you. Be less. Nobody's going to be less me. So I'm not going to put no man or woman above me. No. I'm thankful for both my parents, both of them equally. Okay? For agreeing to be the transportation or the mode of transportation or the portals that I use to manifest here. I'm thankful to both my parents for that. Okay? Again, and of course, I thank my mom even more for taking the role of carrying me for the 9 months. You feel me? So we better get that right, man. Stop with the BS. And I'm starting to lose a lot of respect for people who have this type of foolish ideas, these pseudo ideas. Because why? You want to get on a video so that men could bow down before you? That's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. I'm a man, a real man. I ain't bowing down to nobody. That's why I see men getting on their knees and bowing down and asking women to marry them. That's some CC shit. I would never get on my knees and ask a woman to marry her. Vice versa. I would never ask a woman to get on her knees and marry me. No. If that's going to happen, let's look each other in the face. Stand up, man up, woman up, and let's look at each other in the faces and make this contract, if that's going to be the case. But I ain't getting on my knees for nobody. That means that person, that person is above you. Come on, man. Y'all got this all twisted. And like I said, this whole matriarch thing, y'all taking it out of context. Ain't no woman ruling me, and ain't no man ruling me either. Period. We're equals. I'm going to uplift you and put you on a pedestal, but you better do the damn same, or else we ain't vibing. Period. Now, that's the type of synergy that I want to deal with, where we are actually uplifting each other. We see each other as equals, because that's what it was meant to be. Y'all already violating the basic covenant with the Great Spirit to be fruitful and multiply. Where your children at? Come on. So I have to do this video because it's just, this is constantly on my news feed on Facebook. And now people are, well, Chief, what do you think about this? Because actually 3 sisters and 1 brother inboxed me and asked me about that and asked for my opinion. Okay? And this is me giving my perspective on that. Okay, that's just what it is. No, Chief, are you 100% correct? I don't know. I'm just going based on what I see. I have never seen a man make a baby by himself. I have never seen a woman make a baby by herself. I don't care what you tell me about in the past and parthenogenesis and all this bullshit. I don't care about that. That's a theory. I've never seen it. So if that means that you were able to do it and you can't do it now, what happened? That means you fell. I'm not a fallen God. You see, that's the thing. You see, people don't think about what they say. I'm not fallen. I'm still a God, because the flesh is not me. Because y'all always want to justify the foolishness y'all tell people. Stop. And I have to do this video. And y'all know yourselves. You know who you are because you're always doing the videos and always doing the posts. A lot of you are doing that right now. I see men want women to be submissive to them. Why? Nobody own anybody. That's that slavery mentality. You want to own people. Oh, that's my man. Oh, that's my woman. Nah, man, stop trying to own people, man. Now, if somebody want to get into a contract and they want to be submissive, that's fine. That's on them. Can't tell you what to do. But even with that, you modify your contract, all right, and determine how much of that submission, okay, you want to give to that other person, or else you'll become their damn slave. You will be abused, whether it may be mentally, physically, emotionally. Be mindful of the things and the power, okay, that you give people over you, man. Nobody belongs to me. I don't own anybody. I don't care if I have 1 woman, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care that I don't own them. They are their own individuals. Now, we could come together and we could make a few covenants. That's fine. But I don't want to own nobody. And I don't want nobody to own me. Y'all better get this right, man. That's why so many people end up killing people, and if you end up hating people and all this, come on, all this low frequency emotions is because y'all want to own people. People were not meant to be owned. People are rebellious in nature. How can you own something or an energy that's rebellious in nature. No, man. That's impossible. You see, you try to go against the grain. And when your relationship don't work, you get mad, you get angry, you get vindictive. Now you want to hurt people because you thought you owned the person. That's impossible. Owning people is unnatural. It's not natural. So I'm about to conclude this video because I think I've said enough. Okay? But anytime, as a man, okay, if there's any woman out there trying to make you think she is more significant than you or more important than you, or she's the God and you are the demigod or the lesser God, leave that woman alone. She's dangerous. Okay? Vice versa. If you are a woman and there's any man out there telling you that you need to be submissive to him, that you need to be his servant, or you are less than him, leave that man alone. He's very dangerous. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They are dangerous beings. And they will not serve you any purpose that's going to benefit you, that's going to uplift you. How could you be in a relationship talking about you uplifting your partner or your significant other, but in your mind, deep down within, you think that they're lesser than you? You are being a hypocrite. Okay? And people like that, they will sell you out. They are dangerous. And I will not mess with y'all. Period. Okay? We were meant to complement each other. We cannot do without each other. Okay? And I could prove that in so many ways. Even in gay relationships, okay? One energy always supersedes the next because there always has to be a masculine and a feminine energy. Why don't you, how much you always ask yourself that? Why be a lesbian, but one has to act like a man? All right? And why be a gay man, but one always have to act like a woman and another one have to act like a man? Because that's the natural order. So it just goes to show you how confused people are. Come on. Why can't two lesbians be two feminine energies? Because they're not comfortable with that. That's not the natural order. And once again, I'm not here telling you what to do with your life. That's not what this is about. I am proving my point. Even in those relationships, all right, the masculine and the feminine energy always comes out because that's the natural order. So stop it. Come on. Go ahead and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I guarantee you, every gay relationship, whether it may be male or female, guess what? One of the partners is always acting like a man or acting with that male energy. Let's put it that way, with that male energy. Always. Why is that? Because guess what? That is the natural order. Male and female, masculine and feminine. So once again, the body is just the host. You are not the body. Okay? You are not the body. So whichever way the bodies were created to manifest life, that's just what it is. As a woman, that's your role. Okay? To get pregnant. You dig. And as the man, that's your role to facilitate in the pregnancy. That's your role. I don't deal with the illusions. And that's why I tell people I need to create my own world. Because you people are too far gone, man. Too far gone. With all this idiotic ideologies. Not realizing it's an agenda and you truly believe that. You think you know it's the truth. But you are going against everything that nature stands for. Everything that nature stands for, you are going against the grain. But you keep talking about, oh, this is nature. No, it's not. No, it's not. Everything is based on theories because people don't really know. The truth of the matter is nobody knows how we got here. Nobody knows. Everything is just speculation. Nobody knows how old the earth is. Oh, well, we think it's been billions and this and that. How do you know? Who was there to count from 1 to a billion and then say it was 450 billion? How do you know? How do you know? That's why religious people are so set in their foundation, because nobody else could prove to them that what they believe never existed. It's called belief, and belief could be a dangerous thing. You believe that, and based on your belief, you could think it's a fact. But how can you see, facts is always in the now. That's a fact. The facts are always in the now, at least for me. So when you're telling me all this crazy talk, prove it to me. Go ahead and lay down and meditate and talk about, oh, well, we got to eat the right foods. I will grow the food for you. Tell me what you need and I'll grow it for you. And I want to see you have a baby by your damn self. I will grow the food for you. I don't care how much the seed costs. If the seed costs $10,000, I want to see it. Prove it to me. Until then, shut up. And let's unite. Let's build each other. Let's work together. Let's elevate each other. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because you know what? I use wisdom. You see, that's wisdom speaking. I don't have to go read a book for that. I don't have to go Google for that. I don't. Come on, man. But anyway, like I said, I'm about to conclude this video. I just had to come do this video because it's too much of that going around. And people out there supporting that foolishness. All right? Yes, so this is Chief Kalanago speaking on that. Stop with the nonsense. So let me just summarize. Okay? The woman doesn't determine the sex of the child. The man doesn't determine the sex of the child. That was already predetermined. That young soul, that young spirit, all right, already determined when they came here what they were going to be, because you are not the flesh. Okay, we are just facilitators in that process of physical manifestation. That's not a fact, crypto yo. That's not a fact. Go ahead and prove it to me. That's why I keep telling y'all it's not a fact. It's not a fact. If in creation you need the sperm, then how could that be? You see, so stop with the foolishness, man. Stop with that. There has always been man, and in man there is male man and female man. That's not true. You see what I'm saying? That's not true. All embryos and babies start as females. That's not true. Again, that's already decided. Again, once again, in this what we call spiritual realm, mental realm, you know, that young soul already knew it was coming as a boy or a girl. Okay? The mechanics of how it happens with the man and the woman is just the process of the manifestation. That's all it is. That's all it is. But it was already predetermined. And that I know is a fact. So moving forward, I tell folks, or I advise folks, or I would say, leave all these people alone. They are here to cause separation. Okay? They are here to make you feel lesser than who you are. They want you to be less. That's what they want to do. They want to put themselves on a pedestal so you could bow down and kiss their butts. Chief Kalinago ain't doing that. Okay? You see, the value that I have in myself, I will not uplift anybody more than I uplift myself. I ain't doing that. And that's just me. So I will uplift my women, okay? The value I see in me, I want to see it in my women. Period. It's that simple. And the value that you see in yourself, I want you to see it in me. Because we were made to complement each other. Okay? Perfect balance. Anything else is imbalance. There will be no equilibrium. Period, point blank. Facts over feelings. Documentation beats conversation. And that documentation is in our DNA. Okay, it's imprinted in the universe. The masculine and the feminine energy brings balance, synergy. That's why you have the left side of your brain and the right side of your brain. One is masculine, one is feminine. Anytime one is there's a tip of the scale, there's an imbalance. Okay? Look at your heart. You have a left ventricle and you have a right ventricle, the masculine and the feminine. Should I continue? You have a right hand, you have a left hand. Guess what? The masculine and the feminine. Come on, man. Stop with the nonsense, man. All right? And I'm going to ask you all again, what is all this distraction? How is that helping you? How is that building your life? How is that making you a better you today? Because all you're doing is focusing and thinking that you are the flesh, when the truth of the matter is you are not the flesh. Okay? In every so-called man and every so-called woman, there's the masculine and the feminine energy. Is one polarity, is one pole, but different polarities. Okay? And different avatars gravitate to a certain polarity. That's why you are able to have females, and that's why you are able to have males. Okay? That's why in certain men, again, yes, he's a man, but he could act like a woman because, again, his energy gravitated to the feminine pole, the feminine energy. Vice versa with a woman. She could have attributes of a man, even growing a beard without taking testosterone. That is because her energy gravitated towards the polarity of the masculine energy. It's really that simple. Like Lauryn Hill said, life could be so simple, but we rather make it hard. So here now we are competing with each other because you want people to serve you, because you want people to be beneath you. You want to create demigods. Nah, you got the wrong man for that. You feel me? When I create my throne, my women will be right next to me, not behind me. And as a woman, when you create your throne, hopefully your men will be next to you and not behind you. Now, for different reasons and different purposes, if you want to designate, okay, positions and responsibilities, then it's okay for one person to take a lead. That's fine. That's fine. It's all about responsibility. That's it. That's cool. But it's not because, don't let it be because you think one is more significant than the next. That's where you're making the mistake. Because you are belittling yourself. You are making yourself less than what you are, which is number 13, God. All right? So you guys enjoy the rest of your continuation. It's a beautiful day out there. All right? And once again, don't allow anybody to make you feel lesser than who you are. You feel me? We all came together and made the decision, okay, that we were gonna, in creation, all right, that feminine energy is gonna be the one to carry that life for the 9 months. But the masculine energy had to play its part because one couldn't happen without the next. It's that simple. Period, point blank. No ifs and no buts about that. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. I'm not sure when I'll do another video or another live if I got something else to post. Because you know me, I've been focusing on building financial wealth. And I'll get back on that. But it's just that a lot of people keep hitting me up. Hey, Chief, I've been seeing a lot of these posts, and people are asking questions. So again, this is just my take on that. You feel me? So I don't care what y'all go pull up. I'm asking you to prove it to me now. Go ahead and prove it to me now. That's all I'm asking. And like I said, if you need certain foods to make it happen, I will grow it for you. Just prove it to me. Yes, the number 13. It's a high frequency number. That's why the 1 and the 3, if you put it together, you get a B. That's why they want you to be less. You see the B, meaning that to be life, being. Okay, that's what it is. That's why the allegorical Jesus had 12 disciples. He was the 13th son, representing the totality of what is called God. You feel me? That's why I said before, in elevators, they took off the 13th floor because they don't want you to experience that feeling of getting to the 13th floor. You feel me? Because they don't want you to experience God. You dig? Everything is symbolic, man. You feel me? Everything is symbolic. Even each and every one of us, we got 12 disciples. They are called the 12 faculties in our mind. And you are supposed to master them because you are the 13th son or the 13th God, so to speak. That's what completes you. So you have to learn to master your 12 disciples that's in your mind, the 12 faculties. You feel me? Exactly. When I said that earlier, there was exactly 13 people watching. You see what I'm saying? Facts over feelings. You dig. You feel me? Once again, just letting y'all know, man, the frequency is always right. So don't allow these people to keep teaching y'all these dogmatic ideologies, all right? So that they could control you, make you feel that you are less. Nah, okay? Like I tell people, when we build our community, we are all equals, all right? The title of chief is just a responsibility. It's not because I feel I'm better than anybody. Nah, that's not what it is. We all gonna have, we respect each other and we all gonna put each other on a pedestal. All right? But they, to me, in my opinion, I will always have that special respect for the woman. Why? Because she signed the contract to go through the 9 months of bearing or carrying that fruit. You dig? You feel me? Period. That's why I have that utmost respect for her. You see what I'm saying? Because she knew she was coming to endure that 9 months of, whether you call it pain or labor, that was already pre-designed. So no, she does not determine the sex of the child. And no, the man does not determine the sex of the child. That was already decided. That young spirit, that young soul already knew, or that old soul, because old souls do come through us as well. We are just pawns. We are just tools that are being used to manifest a life from another dimension. That's all it is. So stop the foolishness. Y'all want people to kiss your asses? Y'all want to sit up and let people think y'all better than them? Nah, man, stop that. That's trying to enslave people's minds. I'm here to free your mind. Okay? And like I said before, gods were created. Every god was created. Whether it may have been self-manifested or through a portal, every god was created. What wasn't created was universal intelligence, the all. The all has always been there, but within the all came, out of the all came creation. Everything came out of the all, everything. There's nothing outside the all. That's why I tell people I don't play these color games, because everybody came from the all. There's nothing outside the all. Now, once you have been created and you have free will, you determine what you want to do. That's where free will comes in. And once again, it's not free will to do as you please. It's free will to do as you should, because we already created laws to put in place so that there could be order. But don't worry about that. Y'all gonna get it. Soon enough, you'll get it. Like I said, I know for me, I've always been ahead of my time. But yes, still I'm always on time. You feel me? That's where people are getting confused. They think that they are the body. That's the problem. And once you continue to think you are the body, oh man, how can you think you are the body, but at the same time call yourself, oh, I'm spiritual, oh, I'm this and I'm that. All those are just titles and terms. All there is life, to be. That's it. To be. Be. That's it. Just be. It's that simple. Just be. You did. Animals didn't ask man to give them names. Go ask a lion what does it call itself. The lion will probably eat your ass. Because the point is, everything is just titles. Man is just a title. Woman is just a title. Guess what? Because within the all, there's no titles. It's just energy, man. And out of the energy came creation, man. Every God was created. Every God was created. However, the source from whence man and woman came from, or gods came from, has always been there. And within that intelligence, it learned how to create within itself. Like I said, a lot of y'all ain't ready for this, but for those of you who are ready, then you'll get the message. I appreciate, love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your continuation. And once again, I'm always looking to build with people who are ready to move forward. I'm not going to talk about anything financial in this video, because that's not what this is about. But I will come, maybe not today or tomorrow, whenever, but I will get back on the grind talking about financial empowerment. I will get back on that, but I just wanted to address, or at least, just honor what I told the folks that inboxed me, that I would do a video on that. And plus, I've been seeing a lot of that coming down my feed, and I just wanted to kind of put an end to the foolishness. Okay. Now, a lot of people may still hold on to their dogmatic ideas and ideologies. That's fine, but you're not going to get me to submit to you. I ain't nobody's prisoner. I ain't nobody's damn slave. Okay? So, if y'all looking for prisoners and y'all looking for people to worship y'all, then go ahead and find somebody else. I ain't the one. And I don't want no woman to worship me either. Okay? If there's going to be any form of worship, then we worship each other. That means we uplift each other. We complement each other. That's it. That balance is that simple. Okay? Talk to you guys soon. I appreciate, love you guys. Peace, love, harmony, and light.